Welcome back. That is a live look for you at Crested Butte, one of the ski resorts not open yet. 30 degrees there at this hour. Time is 8:11. Well, if you're in Pueblo this morning, this is something you will want to see. Law enforcement officers carving pumpkins underwater. It's happening at 9 this morning under Pueblo's Riverwalk Pavilion. The volunteer diving team from the Pueblo County Sheriff's Office will be plunging into the deep and coming up with jack-o'-lanterns. It's a competition that you can help judge. And the Pueblo Fall Fest is also happening today. That's at the zoo, and it's complete with haunted kiddie rides and other scares. The event is sponsored by the Raptor Center. For more information, go to our website and click on the Hot button. A spooky celebration is making a run through Manitou Springs. The Emma Crawford Coffin Race and Parade is also happening today. The race is an annual event where teams of runners in costumes pull a woman in a coffin through the street. It's in celebration of Emma Crawford. The tale goes that she had tuberculosis and came to Manitou thinking the air would cure her. She ended up dying and wanted to be buried atop a red mountain. But after torrential rains, her coffin rolled down the hill and back into town. Today's race is happening on Manitou Avenue. Drivers beware. There will be road closures at Oto Place and Manitou Avenue, as well as Navajo and Manitou Avenues from 10 until 3 this afternoon. As part of the Emma Crawford Festival, the Ghost Stories of Old Manitou walking tour is going on tonight. You can listen to stories of real people who lived or died in remarkable ways in Manitou Springs. The tour is a fundraiser for the Heritage Center, and that's where you can buy tickets. The tour starts at 5:30 and lasts until 9. An amazing discovery right here in Colorado. It's turning trash into glass. And up next, we'll show you how it's done.
Tomorrow.
And not bad today either. We mentioned all of those events going on, so nice day to get outside.
That's right.
Thanks so much, Jay. Banana peels, corn husks, and peanut shells. For you and me, it's just garbage. But reporter Mark Stewart shows us scientists at the Colorado School of Mines have found a new use for that garbage that may be in your hands someday soon. The School of Mines has already taken out a patent on the process. They say they expect to find many more sources for the components to make glass. Our pet of the week is a little tiger who might just be perfect for your home. We'll introduce you to this guy coming up later on Good Morning Colorado. Thanks, Rob. A big game today between the Air Force Academy and Notre Dame. A game this big means there is going to be a lot of traffic. For now, I-25 looking perfectly clear. That is a live look for you. Later, expect delays on the interstate at the North Academy Boulevard exit as well as the Northgate exit. There will likely be heavy congestion before the game around 1 and after it's over. Remember, there's construction in that area as well. After a month of displacement, it is a welcome homecoming. Hundreds are returning to Lyons today after the epic flooding there, but there are still challenges ahead. And an entire nation of citizens and not a single woman can legally drive. We'll show you what some Saudi women are doing to take a stand. Thanks for staying with us here on Good Morning Colorado. It is now 8:30. I'm Lindsay Watts. Let's get another check on your Saturday forecast. And for that, we'll get you back over to Storm Tracker 13 meteorologist Jay Polk. Thanks, Jay. A 700-acre wildfire burning in Texas is sending a smoky haze into a nearby town. The fire at the Anahuac National Wildlife Refuge continues to grow. Officials say it's mostly burning salt grass, which is difficult to extinguish. People who live in nearby Texas City are smelling the fire's smoke. Experts tell them it's not harmful to their health, but if they have sensitive lungs, they should stay inside. The fire is burning in a remote area of the refuge. Great news this morning about the massive fire that scorched its way into Yosemite National Park and has been burning since August. That is now fully contained. Officials say the rim fire ignited August 17th when a hunter in Northern California lost control of his illegal campfire. It's the third largest fire in state history, charring about 260,000 acres and destroying 11 homes. Officials say it cost more than $127 million to fight that fire. Some important news now for flooding victims in southern Colorado. The FEMA Disaster Recovery Center in Colorado Springs is closing up shop after today. It's turning into a disaster loan outreach center that will help flood survivors apply for low-interest disaster loans. The Recovery Center closes at 7 tonight. If you need assistance, you can still apply online on the FEMA website. Hundreds of residents in the flood-ravaged town of Lyons get to do something they have not been able to do since last month's flooding. Today, they get to go home and stay home. New on Good Morning Colorado, Teresa Marquetta has more on this return. The daytime checkpoint into Lyons will be removed on Monday. That will allow tourists to visit the town and support local businesses. Also in Lyons, a rabbit owner is charged with more than 100 counts of animal cruelty. This after the National Guard discovered her 111 bunnies while assisting the flood-ravaged town. The Larimer Humane Society brought the animals in, and they've been giving them attention and veterinary care. Those rabbits will soon be available for adoption. The former owner, 51-year-old Catherine Von Meister, is accused of failing to provide proper care for the animals. Weld County roads are back open this morning, at least 90% of them. Damage to the roads ranged from minor washouts on gravel roads to complete destruction of paved roads. 10 county roads do remain closed. The DEA is teaming up with local law enforcement today to crack down on prescription drugs. KRDO News Channel 13's Scott Harrison is live this morning. He joins us with details on this prescription take-back initiative. Scott, we're learning new information this morning about possible wasteful spending by the Transportation Security Administration. The agency is accused of using high-paid criminal investigators to perform jobs that could be completed by lower-paid employees. Federal auditors say that if that's left unchanged, it could cost taxpayers $17.5 million or more over the next 5 years. The TSA disputes the findings, saying its employees are assigned and paid appropriately. Almost 24 members of the Arizona Air Guard have been charged with defrauding the government out of more than $1 million. 21 service personnel from the 214th Recognizance Group were in court yesterday in Tucson to face their charges, which include fraud and conspiracy. The government contends the Guard members used fake out-of-state addresses, which made them eligible for higher pay. A former Marine will begin a 5-year prison sentence for accepting contractor money. Former Staff Sergeant Gilbert Mendez pled guilty to accepting $150,000 from contractors while he was stationed in Iraq. Mendez is required to pay all of that money back. Well, if you are a woman, driving a car could land you in jail in Saudi Arabia. Happening today, some Saudi women are getting behind the wheel to protest that. Saudi Arabia is the last country on earth where females are prohibited from driving. Today's women's driving campaign aims to change that by urging women to defy the ban. It's supported by a growing number of women and men, too. Despite the growing pressure, the government has not indicated that it's going to review its position. Many women have already taken to the streets and posted videos like the ones you're seeing of themselves driving. First, accusations of spying on U.S. citizens. Now, reports that the NSA listened in on more than 24 world leaders. The fallout up next. And the former head of the NSA just learned a lesson about talking too loud on the train. We'll tell you who spied on him. Welcome back. That's a live look for you at Greeley, the University of Northern Colorado campus. Beautiful start to the day. Cooler there than it is here. 37 degrees at 8:43. The Obama administration is scrambling to deal with unhappy allies overseas. That's on the heels of reports that the NSA secretly monitored phone conversations of 35 world leaders. The president's Homeland Security advisor, Lisa Monaco, wrote in USA Today that the White House will review NSA surveillance, saying, quote, to ensure we are collecting information because we need to and not just because we can. U.S. officials acknowledge that damage has already been done, but what the White House still will not confirm is that the NSA monitored the calls of world leaders, including German Chancellor Angela Merkel. Germany and France are demanding that the Obama administration agree by year's end to new rules that could mean an end to reported American eavesdropping. An ironic scene on a train out of Washington, D.C. this week. The former head of the NSA was sitting in a passenger car giving an interview to a reporter on his cell phone when a nearby passenger did not like what he was hearing. He started live tweeting highlights of that conversation. CNN's Brian Todd reports on the strangers on a train.